What's up, Cowboy Nation? Really appreciate you all. Amari Cooper, he got a troubled knee. He undergoes an MRI to see whether or not if it's complicated or not, or is it more something that we need to fix on or not. So, Cowboy Nation, we are under the gauntlet of having the best wide receiver for Dak Prescott to go to under wraps. Now, on the back end of it, this is just a precautionary, but when you start looking at MRIs and things like that, that can be a very detriment to this team, especially what Amari Cooper brings to the table. And on top of that, we need the brother. We do. Shout out to you all, man. So it's crazy news, but it's news that we have to put out there, whether it's good or bad. It's going to be one of those things where you need somebody that can step up and be an extra added help to this team. And I'm looking at it from these parameters that Dak Prescott, although we love what he's able to exhibit and exude out there as it relates to going through his progressions and his growth pattern between the last 3 years opposed to this year. I would say that this is a an eye opener of letting everybody know that it's better to be prepared for the situation. Right now, the Cowboys, by them having this information out here, it will be wise of them to really look at other receivers to bring in to help out. Because here's the conundrum. If he goes this whole entire week, because it is a short week, if he goes this whole entire week without practicing, without being on the same page, there could be a whole other things that can go into the mix. So that's how I look at it. So the Cowboys may have to dig down deep into their pockets and bring in a veteran guy. I do hear noise of Desmond Bryant talking about, hey, he don't want to be the starter. He just want to come out there to compete and play for a position, play for a certain role. I would think if it's anybody that knows some of I guess, familiarity or similarities of this particular offense will be Dez Bryant. I think that you probably can give him a call. But if not, then you can probably say, well, the next man up. And trust me, the way teams play these other receivers on our offense, they don't roll coverage. They pretty much say, hey, beat me man to man. There's no real threat out there. Now, trust me, I love what Michael Gallup is doing. We love it. But he's still, his sophomore year, he's still learning. He's still picking up things. Shout out to you, Antoine. Dez has never lost it, bruh. Dak wasn't. Okay, I can't read all of it, but I feel what you're saying, Antoine. Um, my thing is with Dez Bryant, yes, I agree. He never lost it, what have you. But I can say that his attitude going out of the door probably sullied a lot of people's thoughts of him leading out of the door, heading out of the door, calling Sean Lee Snake Lee, calling out the coaches for crying out loud. But we'll never know. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. My thing is right now we have the opportunity because this is what I don't want to happen. You rush Amari Cooper out there. He's not 100%. And then something happens worse. And we got these games going to be back to back, close games in November. Remember that? It goes all the way back even in 2015. We rushed Tony Romo back out there. And this is a total different situation, but it's similar. Meaning that you rushed Tony Romo to play the Miami's game. He played the Miami Dolphins game. He was knocked around, hit around a few times. And then all of a sudden we had this next game on Thanksgiving Day. And it was a horrible Thanksgiving Day for us because all we saw was Cam Newton open up his chest and we saw Luke Kuechly looking like the second coming of Deion Sanders playing linebacker position. So what I'm saying is that we have to go ahead and be ahead of the game and be ahead of the curve and go ahead and pick up somebody. And I'm not going out there advocating for an AB. No, 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 no. And I'm talking about Antonio Brown for those who don't know who AB is. I'm not advocating for us to go grab that guy. It could be the situation where is at this time, can we win with the dogs and the troops that we got? Yeah, we probably can. But it goes back to the several games that we played without Amari Cooper. His offense was like at a standstill a little bit. everything became a little tighter. Everything became a little bit more difficult for this team. The coverages where everybody was saying that, okay, we load the box. Trust me, they love what what Amari Cooper brings to the table, but we really can be all out and making this team one dimensional. You see, if that makes any sense. Can we holler at T.O.? T.O. is gone, man. Leave T.O. alone. Him and Ocho Cinco. Shout out to you, Sheila Neal. Dez and Amari. That would be too much for any defense. And Ivan, I agree. Dez and Amari, slide Dez into Amari can play inside and out, but I don't know how you would draw plays for those two guys to be on the field at the same time because it would just be crazy. But if Dez is healthy and if Dez is humbled enough and if Dez is willing to really walk the walk and not just talk the talk, you see what I'm saying? There will be a lot of ifs. But if it's anybody that I can get on the phone and call for a veteran minimum, it will be Dez Bryant. Dez! 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 What's up? What's up, man? You want to be able to play for a little bit? Because the defense still going to have to say, we're going to roll coverage. We're going to try to bracket Dez. We're going to have a guy underneath and over the top because we don't want that one guy to take it to the house because everything is about momentum. You got Ezekiel Elliott turning the corner. You got all of these things going on. So, yeah, I wouldn't, if I'm a defensive coordinator, just because Dez Bryant haven't played in a long time, I still wouldn't want that for my defense to plan all night for that, basically. Now, if his mind is and his attitude is in the right place, Dez, what's up? Veteran minimum. You know, that's how I would look at it. It'll be crazy, man. But somebody says no to Dez, and that could be a quite possibility. It's just big no. And we'll roll out the next man up, the Devin Smiths of the world, and also Michael Gallup, and you still have Cobb into the inside, or you'll put out Cedric Wilson. But it goes back to checking off the box, to putting the check in the box. Devin Smith, I'm gonna put Devin Smith, Dez Bryant. Cedric Wilson, Dez Bryant. You see what I'm saying? Who would you prepare for, you know? That's how you got to look at it, basically. And I think that he would still know most of this offense. Although, and I would tell everybody in the world this, D-Rob, always open. You know, hit him up on Twitter, hit him up on Instagram. Follow David Robinson film work. Follow David Robinson footworks and all of his stuff that he does with these wide receivers. The guy is just outstanding. The guy is outstanding with helping developing players and learning how to cut in and out of their release and breaks and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Dez been working out with this guy. And I always had a gripe with Dez saying that, look, man, you could have been working out with this guy since day one. You work out with him at the end. But it's better late than never, right? And David Robinson' whole entire resume speaks volumes. Emmanuel Sanders, even Wes Welker. He worked out with so many people. The guy is just is a brilliant guy as it relates to training people how to come in and out of their breaks. Even he worked out with Cole Beasley. He worked out with so many people. I would prefer a Dez Bryant versus us getting on the phone and saying, hey, what's up, Bryce Butler? You know, one of those guys. No, I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see that. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. And then on top of that, Amari Cooper may just be fine. Amari Cooper may just, everything going to come back from the MRI, everything may be okay. It just may be just a precautionary thing, and we don't have to go out there and pick up and spend money and resources and cut somebody off the roster for him, you see. So everything may pan out well. It's just a precautionary. But my thing is, let the brother heal up. Let him be a whole lot better before you just go out there and say, okay, we throw you out there against the Vikings game, and we see the same situation where he goes down, and then we have to worry about it down the line, you see. Well, we've seen crazier things happen, and I'm feeling that whatever we may do, I think that we still have enough resources on this team to still win against the Vikings. Hey, somebody says Noah Brown. Give Noah Brown a call. Bring him up on the roster. Yeah, and shout out to you, Jay, man. It just went too fast. I'm not able to read it on this computer, on this little phone deal here. So, but I really appreciate you said the MRI came back yesterday, or you went through the MRI yesterday. So we'll see. Mike Fisher said he has some news on on Dez Bryant later. Shout out to Mike Fisher, man. Y'all follow his YouTube page. Y'all hit him up. Real talk. But somebody said call back Calvin Johnson. I don't think that he's going to pass a drug test, right? Yes, indeed. Here's the thing. This team should be at this point right now battle tested enough to go through this. And I really think that are we one wide receiver away from making it all happen? No, we're not one wide receiver away. But I will say that with Amari Cooper and what he brings to the table, let's just pause a little bit. Let's just pause. Everything may be okay. But and then is Dez the end all be all? Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But what I would say this right here: teams will still have to study his last tape, and they will have to say to themselves, "Man, boy." David Robinson, man, really appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation, man. Really appreciate it. So, guys, let's continue to take this thing one day at a time, one movement at a time. Do not sign Miles Austin, Ghost. Do not do that. We shouldn't do that at all. Then Dak doesn't need $30 million. So y'all talking about can Dak win without an Amari Cooper, without a dynamic wide receiver? Dak can win this game against this team, against the Vikings this weekend. Look, to me, the fair balances is all in the world. I think Adam Thielen, is he going to play this weekend? For the Vikings fans out there, is Adam Thielen going to play this weekend? Let me know. Educate me on that, you see. And we don't need a Terrell Owens. We're not trying to go back and forth with all of the old school players that used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Who's next? Michael Irvin? Michael Irvin still look like he can play. So Adam Thielen is not going to play this weekend as well. So they're going to have a Stephon Diggs. We're going to have our Michael Gallup. They're going to have a Rudolph, whatever the tight end name. They do have the other tight end that I like for us to pick up in the draft. Put his name down. I think it's Irv Smith. They're gonna have Irv Smith. We got a Blake Jarwin. You see, we'll match up well against the Vikings. Our main thing is we win in the trenches. We win by stopping the run, forcing Kirk Cousins to throw the ball, and we already know what Kirk Cousins love to do. He is the cousin of Eli Manning. He will give you a few gifts out there. So let's not be fire and brimstone. Let's not whine and complain. I think that we're going to be still a good matchup against the Vikings. Now, the Vikings front four look good. I like their linebackers. What is the guy named? Barr. I love their linebacker play. And they got some decent safeties and cornerback. But the cornerbacks still are subject to the double moves. So if we can still get this thing going, Tavon, we haven't heard from Tavon, right? Last game, he's always Tavon. He'll go good a game, miss a game, good a game, miss a game. So he was okay last game. So this game, it's time for Tavon. It's a turf game. It's going to be inside the Texas Stadium. Boy, watch Tavon take one off the top. We're going to be okay, Cowboy Nation. Let me know of your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. But like I said, Amari Cooper had an MRI. Hit up Jay that's in the chat. He will let you know of some more information once this video has been posted, if he's still here. And we're going to continue to find ways to win games. Really appreciate you, David Robinson, for making a donation to help grow the nation. Let's continue to grind to shine, baby. That's all the time that I have. I got to get on out of here. And remember, you all are listening in to nothing but the best. Shout out to you, Devon and Q. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all. Hit that subscribe button and share this content. Salute. We out. Peace.